This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Today's podcast is also brought to you by The Athletic, premium coverage for passionate Detroit sports fans. Listeners can get 20% off the first year of an annual subscription by visiting theathletic.com/DSP.
Has its risks. Why do the rewards outweigh the risks in this case?
Well, listen, I think the hardest thing, our thinking was this: the hardest thing to do in this league is to get a proven star. And it's just very hard to do. It's hard to do in free agency. It's hard to do in trades. You get very few opportunities to do it. The guy's a 5-time All-Star. He's been an All-NBA guy, puts you in the top 15 guys in the league. He's only 28 years old. We know the injury history. That's the risk on it. But that risk was worth it because of the talent that we're bringing back.
You know what this league is, the money that you've put in now to two bigs on this roster. Concern there at all for you?
No, here's the thing. I think, right, one of the things when you look at, right, all the analytics and you go through all and read all of those things, right, is we understand that it's a perimeter league, but if you look at things like, say, I'm blanking here, on like the Tampa Bay Rays in baseball. So everybody wanted power hitting and on-base percentage. They couldn't get that. What did they go do? They went and built it on, relief pitching and defense, and we're very, very competitive for years. So we're not in a situation where we can be that choosy, and we can't necessarily go and try to do it the same way as everybody else. And so we're going to be different. Yeah, our money and our talent is in our big guys and in Reggie when we get him back. And so people are going to have to play to us a little bit on that matchup too.
How does this impact your rotation, the starting lineup? Do you move Luke into the starting spot? Have you decided on any of that?
No, because we don't have him obviously tonight, and Thursday's questionable, and so until we get to that point, no, I don't.
How much of this is done to stand with you?
Well, I don't think there's any problem. Blake's been able to extend his range. First of all, he's shooting 36% on long threes this year. He's a very, very good ball handler. Really good in pick and rolls with the big 4-5 pick and rolls. Can do a lot of things. So obviously he and DeAndre have played very well together for a long, long time. I don't think that will be a problem. Of course, there's going to be some kinks to be worked out, and it's going to be an adjustment for Andre because we've run everything, literally everything through him this year, and now that obviously won't be the case. We'll run a lot of stuff through Blake, and he'll be in different positions off the ball. That'll be a little bit different. It'll take some adjustment.
How much of this was done with the intention of giving the franchise a shot?
Again, it was done because since we've gotten here, all of our discussions have talked about, how do you get that guy? How do you get, the real superior talents in this league, which, it's been done before by teams without getting that, but it's damn rare, as you know. I mean, you've got to have one of those guys. So how do you get them? You either, get them through the draft, or what we've just done is almost never available. It's almost never available to you. And obviously there's some risk involved. If there were no risk involved, if Blake didn't have any injury history, he wouldn't be available. So we take the risk to get that high-level talent. We just weren't in a position. We're not in a position even now, even with 8 losses in a row, and we haven't been in a position even before I got here to get a draft pick 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the highest draft pick on our roster is 8. I mean, that's rare in this league. Everybody's got a top 3 or 4 picks somewhere on their roster. We didn't. It's hard to go that way, and so this wasn't a conscious decision to be, some people were saying all in. It was that a guy became available who's a great player, and we took the opportunity to do it.
Have you talked to Blake yet?
Not at all. No, if we had won 10 in a row and Blake Griffin were available, we would have done the same thing.
What was his reaction when you talked to him? I assume you have that.
Yeah, I have talked to him. He was actually really, really good. I mean, he was surprised. He said yesterday morning he started finding out what was going on. They let him know that they were pretty far along. It hadn't been happening. So when I talked to him last night, he had the day to digest. But he was very good on the phone, and knew more about us than I thought, and was talking about, being eager for the challenge. He knows where we are and that we haven't been playing well and all of that. I think, he wants to come in and help us get that change.
How long has it taken to pull this together? I'm assuming it took more than a couple of days just to get all the particulars.
Yeah, I don't know the time frame, but it's been more than a couple of days, but it hasn't been a month, so I don't know.
Were there other teams involved, or was this you reaching out to them and seeing if he was available?
No. It was Jeff could tell you who reached out to who. I'm not sure that really matters, but once we became aware that he was available, then it was something that we wanted to do.
What was your reaction? Did your ears kind of perk up when you heard the name?
Well, it's just, look, I'm a little bit pessimistic anyway to start, but I've been through enough of these things that when those kind of names pop up, you're interested, and it almost never pulls off. You're just never able to pull it off. So I was surprised, to be honest, that he was available. Number one, that surprised me. And then as the process went through and it looked like we had a chance to get it done, I was more surprised.
How important was it to hold on to Kennard, Stanley Johnson, with really young guys and maybe trade?
You want to hang on to, look, for Blake, we probably would have done a lot of things, but yeah, we didn't want to totally deplete our roster. Obviously, they got our two leading scorers and a first-round pick, and Boban, who had started to play very effectively for us. So we did give up a lot, but we were concerned, quite honestly, with our ability to re-sign Avery anyway. So we were exploring, what we could do with him at the trade deadline. Tobias was obviously really, really hard to give up. A great player and one of the finest people I've ever been around in this league. He's about all the right things. It was very, very difficult to give him up, but you're not going to get a guy like Blake Griffin and not give up anything you don't want to give up. That's just not going to be possible. So, at the end of the day, obviously he had to be part of the deal, and we're hoping that Blake can give us a much better chance to win. He's a great player.
Hey, why should fans why is he questionable for Thursday? Just clarify.
Well, I don't know if we'll get everything done, and they have to get everything done. So those guys are flying in here tonight. They'll get physical tomorrow, so I think from our end we'll be good, but I don't know if we'll be good from their end. So the players have 48 hours to report, but then they got another 24 hours, the organization, to get the physical done, which could I don't know the exact timing, but it could leave us out. Now, if the 72 hours expires with 6 minutes to go in the game, we'll run him in there.
Why should fans in Detroit be excited about this move, Stan, in your mind?
Well, they're getting one of the great talents in this league. You're getting one of the top 15 to 20 players in the NBA. He's obviously had some injury things, but when he's been on the court, he's been great. And so they're getting a perennial all-star here, and it's been a while.
When Blake and Andre are on the floor together, do you start even bringing much shooters at the 2-3 spot, and how does Stanley fit into that?
We'll see as we go. But again, Blake can shoot the ball, so we'll see how we go. We also anticipate when Andre's off the floor, using Blake at the 5 a lot. With Tolliver. He's certainly big and strong enough, and will create some mismatch problems.
We talked about the correlation between the losing, your guys' record when being out-rebounded. Obviously, Blake helps with that, as well as Willie Reed, too. Is that a guy that you guys could see playing minutes for you guys?
I think Willie will come in and compete with Eric for playing time. We'll see. And again, we have the option to play Blake as the backup 5 with Tolliver, too. So how that'll all play out, I don't know. And obviously, we'll be doing it on the fly. They don't stop the league and give us a chance to have a couple days of practice or to have training camp or anything. So if we have them at all, we'll have a walkthrough on Thursday and they'll go out and play. So we'll have to get those questions answered on the fly.
And in the big picture, does this immediately make you a better team? And how does it, do you feel, project for the future and what you guys do from here?
Well, I think for the future, it certainly does, headed into next year. again, got a high-level talent to build around. If we can get Reggie healthy, over the last 3 years, I mean, we're playing, 8 or 9 games over 500, and we've got Reggie in there starting, and we're playing below 400 when he's not. So if we can get him in there with Blake and Andre, and I think going forward, it's good. For now, immediately say that these games before the All-Star break, I don't know. I mean, we don't have Reggie, and we don't know what the adjustment period's going to be. So I don't know if we're immediately better. But we're certainly have more prospect down the road to be a better team.
So, Stan, you're okay with taking a step back in the short term because you believe?
Well, I don't think it's a step back. We've lost 8 in a row. I don't know that we can take a step back. I mean, quite honestly. So I'm just saying we may not, right here, be great on Thursday and Saturday and Monday, and it's going to take some time. But from where we are right now, it's not a step back.
How did this go with Tom? And certainly with Blake's contract, it's a hard pill to swallow financially. Was he on board with it, or did he take some kind of convincing to figure out how this would?
No, not at all. I mean, we were, we're under the tax. We will stay under the tax next year. So how your money's distributed, I don't think really bothers him at all. He got a star. We're still under the tax. I don't think that was a consideration. It is a lot of money. I mean, again, for us, the major risk was, that he's missed games at a high salary. On the positive side, you can look at it either way you want, but on the positive side, if he can stay reasonably healthy, you've got to get locked in. So it's not a 1 year, we got him, now and through next year. So everybody can view that differently, and oh wow, you're locked into $140 million plus. Yeah, but he's locked into us too as a